Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, and today I want to look at this endearing little piece of technology. I was lucky enough to find new in box, as is for $4. A GAF, a GAF, I guess, XL 128 Super 8 movie camera. Now, this is from 1975, and the way that I can tell you that, the reason I can tell you that is actually written on a note inside on the styrofoam. And it's just so interesting to think that this thing has come so far and managed to stay in the same box. In fact, it's in such nice condition that I really think that this was used just now and then. I bet the roll of film that's in it wasn't even fully, I know it wasn't even fully used because there's still stuff going on it. I get the feeling someone just got this as a gift. Someone who was a farmer just got this as a gift, used it a little bit, and then didn't do a whole lot with it. Now the thing is, you have to get this film developed. Super 8 film, you have to send off and get developed, bring it back, and then you have to play it again on a projector, which is interesting because that'd be almost unconscionable these days, but still really interesting. No audio on Super 8 things, but let's take a quick look on the inside. Now, this kind of stuff was always outside of the grasp of my family generally because they either refused to use the credit or they didn't have the money to obtain something like this. I love this. Look at this. Okay, I can't read the name, but RR3, Rural Road 3, and even put their phone number on it. That's amazing. 1975 Christmas. Man, that's amazing. And I opened this thing up, and it looks like it has hardly even been used. I really get the feeling, like I said, that they hardly even use this. So, wood finish. I love any piece of technology that has a wood finish. A little bit of a side note. My dad once told me that, I think it was either the 30s or the 50s, everyone was getting away from wood things and they wanted metal things. And then about 20 or 30 years after that, people didn't want metal things anymore. They wanted plastic things or going back to the wood. I'm talking about like hall trees, chairs, shelves. Wood was the thing everywhere, and then metal, and then plastic. And so, man, if you can find something of technology that has a wood finish, there's just something to be said about that. Anyways, yeah, the GAF XL 128. Let's take a look at the bottom, and we can see, interestingly enough, it has a mount. I believe this was actually produced in Japan, too. And interestingly enough, it runs on 4 AA batteries. So those are my Amazon batteries I got in there right now. But they came with copper-top Duracell batteries that don't even have an expiry date written on them. I think these things are actually made in the 70s. I could be wrong. I get the feeling like the copper on the copper top is actually longer than it is these days. Again, I'm not sure if they still even use that same font anymore, but again, there is no there is no expiration date. I've never seen batteries with an expiration date, and they say on the side, caution, do not connect improperly, charge or dispose of in fire. Because the batteries before this you could throw in the fireplace. They actually recommended you throw them in the fireplace because it would clean out your chimney. Man, I can't imagine what would happen if you threw these ones in the fireplace. Anyways, they didn't leak. Sorry, let me take another look at that. These batteries did not leak for as long as they're in that. I got some Panasonic super heavy duty ones that just leak if you give them a few months. Oh, wait, maybe they did leak a little bit. No leak. No leak, no problem. Beautiful. Actually, it looks like they got a little membrane of plastic in there, too. I've never seen that before. I remember when these things were prohibitively expensive. Anyways, I think the person who owned this was a farmer, and the reason is that when I pull this out of the box, it smells like a cow farmer's place, and I don't mean that derogatorily. When that smell equals money, but I've had friends. I was in 4-H, friends living outside of town that had cattle farms. It didn't really stink, but you get to know the smell. Different farms have different smells. Anyways, let's take a look. I haven't figured out how to use this. I'm sure someone out there is going to say I'm an idiot, and it was so easy, and it was just right in front of my face. Well, that looks like the general range that you're at. And I press this, a light comes on, and I really should know what that's about. I think it's because if you hit that, then the light that you attach up here will come on. and that's the release for that light. I didn't see any kind of light. One thing I'm really interested in is there's actually a frickin' viewfinder on here, automatic and manual. This is the zoom in and zoom out. I didn't think I'd have something like that on this old a unit. Or maybe this is the light. Backlight? Very cool either way. K40, I suppose that's the type of film. And yeah, like I said, interestingly enough, you had to send the film off. You had to send the film off to get developed, and they would send it to you back in a can, and then you would be able to play it on a projector. But you had to have a projector. That's the thing. So definitely not cheap, not unbelievably easy. But let's take a look. Chion reflex zoom lens. Anyways. Oh yeah, and of course down here you have a lock. So, let's see if you can, if you can see. Wait, maybe you have to turn it that way. But as soon as you hit the button, you'll start recording. You can hear it recording. I wish I could show you what it looked like, but it's very hard to follow, very hard to track. Of course, like I said, you don't record any audio when you do this. You're recording silent film. And, yeah, as you're recording. Oh, yeah, see? Man, that is so cool for something from the 70s. Oh, man, this must have been like thousands of dollars. Maybe not in that money, but if you take that money and convert it to today's money, probably thousands of dollars. I really get the feeling like someone hardly used this at all. I'm seeing, oh wait, maybe I'm seeing some scratches on there, so maybe someone did actually use it. I hope someone did use it. I hope someone did appreciate it, because there isn't much of a secondary market for this. Now, there are film people out there who love to use this kind of thing. There are still people out there that you can find who will develop this. I think it's about $40 to get something like this developed, Canadian rupees. So, you know, that might be like, geez, 20 bucks US, something like that. But there isn't much of a market for it, and this is generally definitely seems to be your average consumer unit. And one way I can tell that is there's not a whole lot of bells, whistles, knobs, or whatever on these things. And if you get too much light into here, it will create ghosting on the tape I hear. So you want like something that hides this a little better, and I definitely don't have something like that, which is unfortunate. But man, very cool piece of technology. This is way out of my league, way out of my timeline too. Just recently I've been going around and getting my feet wet a little bit because I like to sell things on eBay. And I've been getting my feet wet with old cameras, old technology. Frickin' love technology, of course. That's why I have this channel. And it's just nice to see something like this. Once again, $4 as is. I don't think I'm ever going to get this stuff developed. I hope I get it sold. I'm thinking I'm going to put it up for 30, maybe 40 bucks, but this is definitely old stuff that is relatively difficult to use. But the fact that it rolls, the fact that everything seems to work is awesome. It would almost be a little bit unfortunate if this thing didn't work after all this time. I really get the feeling that it was just used maybe once, maybe a few times. But man, this is well taken care of. This is how like a rich person takes care of things. They just take care of things. And man, I almost wonder what the story is. Oh, I couldn't put this away. Yeah, I really wonder what the story is. How this came to be at the Salvation Army. Who had it? Who loved it? Who used it? Did they pass away? Maybe the family... Maybe they passed away and the family collected all the goods, and what they couldn't use they put to the Salvation Army. All of these things have a story, and everything that I pick up at the Salvation Army, I like to wonder, where did you come from? Who used you? Why did they come to the point of getting rid of you? Hopefully, if they passed away nicely. And you know, you'll never really know. You'll never really know where they came from. They have their own stories. And kind of like if these walls could talk, what would they say? I'm very pleased that I got to come across this technology. I'm very pleased that I got to explore this and come to understand another piece of technology that I wasn't quite familiar with. Again, I'm really surprised by the fact that you had to take this away to get developed, and then they send it back to you, and then you can play it on an 8mm roll-to-roll. that must have been expensive. That definitely must have been expensive. If you didn't know what you were getting into, you could lose a lot of money really quickly, I imagine, because you're like, yeah, hey, we need this. How are we gonna play it? Let's play it on the TV. No, 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 it doesn't work on the TV. Just amazing stuff. And again, the batteries, probably from the 70s, still haven't leaked. My goodness. Actually, I got a buddy that used to work with Energizer that knows a fair bit about batteries. I think I'm going to take it over to him and see what he has to say about it. But still, hasn't leaked. I have not seen Duracell batteries like this. I almost wonder if they're collectible, if there's a market for that or anything like that. Of course, probably not, but still, geez, you never know. You never know. But I'd say it's time to pack this bad boy up. Lots of history. I hope the owner is at peace wherever they are, and I hope they're happy. And I hope this finds life with maybe a film student or something along that line. Someone who will appreciate it. It's always good to have technology that is appreciated. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Like and subscribe if you could, I'd appreciate it. And leave a comment. Do you have any memories of these kinds of things? Did I miss something? Am I way off about something? Or, geez, you know what? Even if you're a film student, if you're interested in this, hit me up. Maybe I'll give you a good discount. But that's it from me, folks. Like and subscribe again. And have a good one. Take care of each other. Goodbye.